Parents, what lessons have you tried to teach your kids that completely backfired? When my 9-year-old son Liam got caught lying about eating cookies before dinner, I decided to teach him about consequences. I created the lying jar, a clear glass jar that sat on our kitchen counter. Every time Liam lied, I would calmly write it down on a slip of paper, fold it, and put it inside. Once it's full, I warned him, you won't be able to earn any privileges for a whole month. No games, no play dates, no TV. At first, Liam seemed genuinely shaken. He started catching himself mid-lie and correcting his words. Actually, Dad, I did eat the last granola bar. I was proud of myself for coming up with such a clever parenting solution. But about 3 weeks later, Liam started asking weird questions during breakfast. If I lie a lot now, will I just get it over with faster? He asked while pouring cereal. What happens if someone lies by accident? Can you take one out if I tell 2 truths to make up for it? I told him that wasn't how it worked, but I could see the wheels turning in his little head. He started treating the whole thing like a math problem, calculating how many lies he could tell before hitting the limit. Then came the phone call from school that changed everything. Mrs. Peterson, his 3rd grade teacher, sounded confused and slightly annoyed. Mr. Walker, I need to speak with you about Liam's behavior today. He told the entire class that you're conducting an experiment on lies and that he's trying to fill up a jar as fast as possible to see what happens. My stomach dropped. What else did he say? Well, he encouraged 3 of his classmates to help him test the limits by lying on purpose. They spent recess making up ridiculous stories like claiming they were secretly robots or that their pets could fly to the moon. But it got worse. Much worse. He also created 2 jars in our classroom, Mrs. Peterson continued. One for himself and one for me. When I asked him why, he said he wanted to see who lies more because he thinks adults just hide it better than kids do. The next day, I had to sit through the most awkward parent-teacher conference of my life. The principal, Mrs. Davis, looked at me like I was some kind of psychological experiment gone wrong. So let me understand this correctly, she said, folding her hands on her desk. Your son now believes that lying is just a numbers game, and he's turned honesty into a competitive sport? I nodded miserably while Liam sat next to me, completely unbothered. He had brought a notebook where he was tracking not just his own lies, but everyone else's too. Teachers, classmates, even the lunch lady when she said the meatloaf was delicious. Yesterday he told me that I probably lie about 20 times a day without realizing it, Mrs. Peterson added. Then he started listing examples, like when I said good morning but didn't really mean it because I looked tired. The worst part came when Liam raised his hand during the meeting. Can I ask you guys something? If lying is so bad, why do grown-ups do it all the time? Like when Dad says we're leaving in 5 minutes but we actually leave in 15? Or when you tell kids their artwork is beautiful even when it's obviously not? The principal and teacher exchanged uncomfortable glances. My 9-year-old had somehow turned my moral lesson into a full-blown philosophical investigation that was making adults question their own behavior. He's not wrong, Mrs. Peterson whispered to me. I did say Tommy's finger painting was lovely yesterday when it honestly looked like a mud puddle. By the time we got home, Liam had already started phase 2 of his project. He wanted to expand his research to include the whole family. Mom lies about liking Dad's cooking, he announced at dinner, and Dad lies about not being tired when he falls asleep on the couch every night. My wife stared at me across the table. What exactly did you teach our son? Instead of learning that lying was wrong, Liam had become a tiny detective who now questioned every single thing any adult told him.